So in my last video, I talked about OCD, and at the end, I mentioned agoraphobia. I have also experienced agoraphobia in my psychosis. Um, it probably started 4 months after I had my daughter, and it continued off and on for, jeez, till probably my late 20s. I still have anxiety around people, but I don't have agoraphobia. For those of you who don't know, agoraphobia is, well, it's basically whenever you try to leave your comfort zone, be it your living room, your bedroom, your house, your kitchen, your bathroom, even, you can't do it. You can't, because you are paralyzed by fear. You are having panic attacks. You are crying, hyperventilating, wanting to vomit. You basically feel like whenever you open the door to leave that area, everything in the fucking world is going to fall apart, including you. And you feel like maybe I don't know. I guess another way I could describe it is you feel like you've just opened a door and you're on top of a high rise and you're just falling. You're just falling, and there's nothing that's gonna catch you, and it's just horrifying. And yeah, it's. I mean, there's really no way to describe it. Really, there isn't. But I mean, I guess that's the best I can do. And I experienced that 4 months after my daughter was born, and it was horrible. Sorry, my dog's down here; he's trying to play. But basically, what happened was people would come over, they try to get me to go out, and I just wouldn't. I even someone mentioning outside scared me, or going outside of my apartment was horrifying to me. Just them talking about it felt like they were attacking me, or like I was gonna die. That's like, that's that's the only way I can describe it. And that was it. It was I'm staying here. I am never going outside. If I do, I will probably die. It feels like I'm dying every time I try to. I'm not going to do it. And people were scared, people were concerned, and they really tried, and people kept trying. And finally one day somebody asked me to check the mail, and I don't know why, but I actually did it. And I pushed through my fear, and I just felt like puking, and I was shaking, and I basically ran to the mailbox and got the mail and came back in. And then from then on, my actual agoraphobia was pretty much, didn't it started to diminish. And what I'm getting at here is, if you have agoraphobia, it can go away, I think. I'm not a doctor. Um, I'm not even advising that you try to step out of your comfort zone, because that's really horrifying. But in my opinion, if you do decide to do that, it's probably the key to not having agoraphobia. I know that sounds really shitty. You probably don't want to hear that, but that's how I I kind of got rid of it. I was able to go outside. I still have anxiety around people and certain places, but I don't have agoraphobia. I can actually leave my apartment, where I live, my home, my bedroom. I can leave. So if you want to be in that place, then I highly recommend slowly taking steps outside of your comfort zone. That's the only thing I can recommend. I know it's horrifying, so I totally understand if you're not ready, but that's the only thing I can say about that. And I totally get why you would not want to. Trust me. But yeah, that was my experience. I wish I could go into more detail about that time, but honestly, I was 15, and that was it was probably like 17 years ago. And so it's kind of hard for me to remember. But anyway, anybody who has agoraphobia, or who, who's experienced it, if you're watching this video, I feel you. I know you're scared, and I'm sorry you're going through that. And if you'd like to comment, and ask me more about it, or you want to tell me about what's going on with you, or you're just curious in general and you've never had agoraphobia, feel free to comment. Please keep watching my videos, and thanks for listening.